G'day everyone and welcome back to Hally Music Stories. I thought the best place to start this series wasn't with my biggest song or my most popular one. I wanted to start right back at the beginning with the very first song I ever wrote. The song is called The One, and before The One, I'd written bits of poetry over the years, but I'd never really written a song. This was the moment that I stepped away from poetry and discovered that maybe I had stories I wanted to tell through music. Looking back now, it's amazing to think that one song would eventually lead to Hawley Music. But at the time, I had absolutely no idea where this journey was going. So today, I want to share the story behind The One, where it came from, what was happening in my life at the time, and why this song will always have a special place in my heart. At the time, I'd recently walked away from a 25-year relationship. I was 49 years old, and if I'm honest, I was questioning everything. Had I made the right decision? Was I always going to wonder what if? Had I missed my chance at finding someone to share life with? Was I too old? Maybe there wasn't a special person out there for me after all. Then, completely out of nowhere, I met one of the most beautiful people I've ever known. Not just beautiful to look at, although she is stunning, but beautiful as a human being. She was incredibly intelligent, funny, kind, and so genuinely loving that at times it felt like I was living the dream. And that's what this song became. It starts in a place of loneliness and uncertainty, but as it unfolds, it follows the change that happened inside me when she came into my life. More than anything, it's a thank you. It's a thank you for the love, the laughter, the hope that she brought back into my world, and for reminding me that sometimes life still has surprises waiting when you've almost convinced yourself it doesn't. And that's why this one was called The One. Listening back now, I can hear a songwriter taking his first steps, or I still don't really like calling myself a songwriter. There are things I'd probably do differently today, but I don't think I'd change them. They remind me exactly where I was in life when I wrote this. The song isn't perfect, but it's honest, and I think that's why it'll always be special to me. If you'd have told me that writing this song would eventually lead to Hawley Music, dozens of original songs, thousands of people listening around the world, and this channel where I'm sitting here talking to you today, I probably would have laughed at the time. I genuinely thought I'd written one song and that's all. Um, One of the reasons I wanted to create Hawley Music Stories is because people hear the finished song, but they don't always know what was happening behind the scenes when it was written. Some people write a song because they can. A lot of my songs have a story, and sometimes the story is just as important as the music itself. So I've written some songs with historical truth. I've written some songs from my own personal experiences. I've written some songs about people I've met in my life who have obviously left a mark on me. I've also written some comedy around a fictional village that I created. But one of the reasons I wanted to start this channel, the Hawley Music Stories channel, was so that I could share some of the background to the songs and tell you where they came from for those of you that are interested, and let you know how they ended up from rattling around inside the organ and onto paper and finally onto YouTube where people can listen to them. But anyway, thanks for spending a few minutes with me. I hope you enjoyed hearing how the one came to be. Next time we'll move on to the next song I ever wrote, and that was a song called Hurt, and I'll continue the story. I'll let you know how that happened, where it came from and what the motivation was behind it, and it's just another progression in how Hawley Music slowly came to life. But until then, thanks for listening, and I hope to catch you next time.